What's going on, Team Boosted? Back at it today with the Death Kart. We're going to be doing more chassis stuff, and we're actually going to be designing somewhat of the interior. What we decided to do here is use some buckets, and then we're going to build like a bar for the headrest. That's not the actual bucket we're going to use. We're going to use something else. And then you'll see our tape structure. So our first order of business is to make, you know, what is tape now, actually tube. So we got the tube bender out. We're gonna tube some tubes, and then we're gonna be able to, you know, get our seat brackets in there, kind of figure out where the steering wheel is gonna go, and this whole chassis will be complete. It's already looking crazy. Where the fuck? Here it is. This doesn't look like a dashboard, but it is. So this goes like this. This is for a right-hand drive Mini, I believe. So on the left, like the non-oval part, that's like a center console kind of thing. I don't know the exact word for it, but we're gonna put like switches and shit there, and then the oval part is gonna be where the actual like instrument panel goes, like the IQ3 or whatever. So we're gonna figure out how to squish this in there. We already cut a huge chunk off because it's giant, but it's nice. It's made out of carbon fiber. It's light. It goes with the aesthetic, and we're gonna figure out shifting and all sorts of interior shit. So some of the more intricate, less fun stuff, but totally necessary. We're gonna get going on the tubes first. What you got there, Devin?
Fat burrito.
What's in mine?
Meat.
Just carne asada. What did you get?
I don't know. Chili verde.
Oh, that sounds better than mine.
I got meat.
All right, so we wanted to, before we get working on the tubetage, talk about the one rotor, which is why a lot of you guys have found our channel. It is shipped to these guys, rotaryengine.com. OGs in Canada. If I check on the tracking,
Showed up on the 18th.
so our motor is being balanced, and we're getting the center housing, which is where most of the compression comes from, completely refinished. And we got those power seals that you guys recommended. This time around, our seals won't be made out of glass and hopefully won't shatter in a detonation or like boost event.
And hopefully we'll have compression out of the gate.
Yeah, we should with
With
two-piece seals and the refinished center housing. We should have compression to the point where we won't need to do some fancy starter tricks to get it to work. Like we don't have to put oil.
We can just run the crazy 16-volt starter setup just to get that extra RPM to make it even easier to start, but it should actually run this time.
So the one rotor's coming, you know, soon. Probably in I don't want to be unrealistic. Probably in
Couple weeks,
couple
at
weeks,
least.
2 or 3 weeks. But when we get all the parts back together, we should be able to put it together in like 2 or 3 days. We just gotta wait till it gets rebuilt. So we're waiting like you guys are, but right now, tubetage. We got the roll hoop, or not the roll hoop, the dash hoop done off camera. But we still have so much more tubing that no explanations needed.
More tubes.
With our trusty Rogue Fab and some cardboard. And Sam's not here for 2 weeks, but we'll figure it out. So actually worth mentioning is here's all the pieces that we fucked up. There's actually a bin full of them because we're
learning as we go.
We're not, you know.
We're not experts.
Some of you could tell right off the bat, those of you who are actually fabricators, but people who are not fabricators probably think that we know what we're doing.
Yeah, we're just
That's not the case, bitch!
fake it till you make it.
So we're just going through the scrap bin and seeing if there's anything in here.
I'm gonna just cut this in half on the bandsaw real quick and
Yeah,
see
we'll
what
just,
it do.
we'll just see what it do. So, Devin, what's the consensus on this part that we found?
It's damn near perfect.
Yeah.
Grab that other one.
Are we assembling the entire front end with scrap parts?
Perhaps. Almost. It's what it's looking like we're gonna be able to pull off.
Okay, so the drill's broken, but
We got it.
we got one
We got
coat.
another drill anyway.
Holy shit.
What?
Nah.
There's gotta,
No
be, there's gotta be a
fucking
big
way.
gap on the other side.
Yeah, there's a huge gap on the bottom. No, I'm just kidding. It's fucking perfect.
Oh!
Oh, ho, ho.
No way, dude.
We've nailed.
Fuck you, Sam. Haha, we don't need you to make things.
Come back.
No, come back.
Come back. We need you.
Come back, Dad. Sam left for a pack of cigarettes and never came back.
Well, I mean, he's only been gone for a day, so.
Okay, this thing is looking, you can imagine once this is all paneled in how absolutely insane this car is gonna look. We just have one more brace up front. None of this shit is really structural. It is gonna add some rigidity, but there's gonna be, like in the back where we made it like bomb proof, that's because this is where the drivetrain is. There's gonna be a lot of twisting forces over here. The front, maybe if it pulls the wheels, which it totally will, but
It might be able to. It probably will be able to.
there's so much up here though that after we add,
Also, the only stuff that's like structural that we're connecting to any of this is probably like the steering column, and I think that's about it, because we're putting the pedals on the floor, gonna do floor mounts.
so there should be plenty. We just got this last one, we just gotta make some copes in, and then we'll burn it all in, and then we're ready to start messing around with the right-hand drive carbon fiber dash.
Yeah.
And we got to order some pedals and stuff, and then we're gonna make a little seat bracket there. We have a general idea of how it's gonna be to sit in this thing.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to feel what the car is gonna feel like when you're in it.
All right, so 2 more copes in Copenhagen.
Hey.
So this is the idea. We'll have buttons, start, stop, all that bullshit on the side there. And then we'll have our track pack on there. Steering wheel somewhat in that position. Plenty of room for passengers still. All right, guys, the reason a lot of you keep saying single seat, we agree, that'd be sick, but we want to be able to have a passenger for, you know, street tuning and reactions in general. We want to be able to take people for a ride in this, because when it's all said and done, this is gonna be a custom built, I don't even know what to call it. Hopefully it's like a supercar, but it's probably gonna have really odd handling characteristics, so that's inappropriate. It's definitely gonna be that fast in a straight line though.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking fast.
If we bring the wheel like up to here, it's pretty good for like an E movement. I think Sam will be able to do that, and you can see the dash a lot better.
And considering how little steering input we're gonna need because of how fast the rack is, I think having it that close to you is not a bad thing.
You're not gonna have to do any like.
Yeah, maybe just a long hub with a quick release, so that way we take out like a huge chunk of it to get a little bit
Yeah,
easier
they're
to
coming
compress.
like back down to here, so. Either way, getting in and out of this thing isn't gonna be fun, but it's gonna be fucking dope to be in it driving.
Oh yeah.
You can already tell how terrified a passenger would be in this thing.
I could shift if the passenger's in it, they can shift for you.
Yeah, it's like having an automatic.
All right, we got ourselves some daylight, so we can take a look at what the car's looking like right now. Pretty crazy, pretty angular. So we want to get a better understanding of what it looks like. We'll come over here, I'll show you that. This dash is gonna kind of come out there. We're gonna get another one of these little buckets, but we're gonna get different ones. We're gonna get some Kirky low backs and then the headrest over the back there. But to really get an idea of what we look like aesthetically so far, we've got this construction board, and we're just gonna panel in everything like we're going to do when the car is being finished up with carbon fiber and aluminum. We have these big sheets over here, but we're not ready for that stage yet, so.
Yeah, just to get a whole picture so that you're not like looking straight through it and we could see the actual outline.
Maybe it looks
of
real
the
dumb.
body.
We don't know
Might
yet.
look stupid. Looks fucking badass like this.
Yeah, it's looking very stealth fighter. In the front here, we're gonna make some kind of nose cone, but let's just get to work on this construction paper, dude. So if you look at it right now, it's coming out pretty sick. We're missing something. We'll explain that in a second. I gotta cut this bar. We're pretty happy with the aesthetics so far. We just want to get excited about it. We want you guys to be excited about it. And I know from just tubing, it can be hard to see what we have, you know, visioned out. But hopefully, with all the cardboard, you'll be able to see what the final product might look like. Get a little bit more hyped on the build.
There we go. This final bar right here is just gonna make it so that there's a little bit better ducting going in there, and it brings the whole rake of this thing forward instead of just having these big boxes on the side that just end, and then it gets real narrow up front. So we'll lightly tack this in and then put some cardboard on there.
Just let it sit there. You can see it's starting to, you can see what it's gonna look like. In the back here, the intercooler is gonna block off that. We obviously want it to flow through. In the front, all of this, we're gonna make a giant under tray for it. And up front, where that bar is horizontally, that's where our firewall for the front and our pedal box is gonna mount. And then we're gonna leave the exposed cantilever up front, obviously. And we're gonna make some kind of nose cone with some lights mounted on the front. And obviously we're gonna have a big wing. It's actually gonna be active aero. We decided on this a while ago. We're gonna do some fancy pants programming and put a big Country Labs wing on it. But let's continue the cardboard and maybe give it a black paint job. Just because it's cardboard doesn't mean we can't spray paint
So
it.
extra, but yeah, we can spray paint it.
Everything looks better in black, Devin.
Yeah, it does.
So what we want to do when this is all actually carbon fiber is whatever color we powder coat the frame, we want all the exposed frame to really pop. So we'll probably go with carbon fiber because it's nice and dark and it'll really contrast that. But if we do aluminum, you know, in the final design, we might have to choose a darker color for the powder coat because we want just the contrast to exist no matter what between the frame and the bodywork. Devin's all about abandoned technique. As we start to do this, we realize like things that it needs for sure, but
Like something right here.
I mean, yeah, there's gonna be some kind of fender or something like that. I don't think it looks as good in black.
No.
It looks better. I mean, it's cardboard and it looks like it's doing this weird like leather thing, but you can definitely see that it'll be a car when it's done. We don't just want, I mean, the titles have been Death Kart and it very much is a cart on the inside, but we want some aerodynamics. It's going to be important for what we're going to use it for, which is the,
and you'll see cart things on the outside, and it'll look less car-ish when, you know, you got to take into consideration that the cardboard is a little bulged and round. When we use flat panels, it's all going to be very square and modular.
So as far as like chassis work goes, it's pretty much it. So the next thing we're gonna be doing is we have to tear down the transmission so we can send off the bell housing to get the pattern flipped, so we can you know, mount the transmission upside down so it doesn't have 5 reverse gears. And we gotta put the motor back in and start doing you know, some, you know, the plumbing, turbo plumbing, exhaust plumbing, more interior stuff. But we're done tinkering with tubes, at least for what you guys are gonna see. We're not gonna make another video on the chassis. This is, it's looking like a car and not like a go-kart.
We got the bulk of it done. Anything else is just going to be extra little detail work.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up. Devin's gonna pick a winner for the giveaway. If you guys are not familiar with the channel, we give away products from boostedshades.com every single video.
This video's winner is Gavin Riggs.
All right, Gavin, hit us up at Teamboosted at boostedshades.com or through any of our social media pages. We'll get back to you and ship you something. If you guys want to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment. The comment could be anything, but we ask you guys stuff at the end of every video to make it easier to think of something.
This video's question is carbon fiber or aluminum body panels. After we painted this, it's all black, but we're kind of thinking we liked it better as a lighter color as just the cardboard.
So we're thinking maybe like aluminum instead of carbon fiber, and then we'll do the frame in something that'll contrast well with aluminum, but we don't know. If it was black and we had gold frame everywhere, that would look cool too. So
yeah, but if it was purple frame with gold painted panels,
that's true too.
Sick too.
But so as far as paneling goes, we're either going to try to make our own carbon fiber pieces, which would be easy because everything is flat, there's no curves, or we're going to use big old sheets of aluminum, plasma cut. It'll be really accurate that way. So I mean, those are our two choices. You could comment that below. What do you think would work better with this car? And you know, you're eligible to win if you leave any comment at all.
You're still eligible to win. As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.